Right. So yesterday we spoke about physical development, emotional development, and moral development.
Moral development.
And today we are going to talk about social
Social
development,
development.
cognitive, safety, and first aid. Right? It's going to be interesting too. So let's go to social development. Now, social means what? The togetherness, isn't it? Social, the interaction with others, being together, talking to others, conversation, interacting with others is the social development. They're called social skills. Now, social skills are very, very, very important from LKG. We must see that they are socially involved with their peers in the classroom, and also tell them about how they should be socially active with family, with neighbors, with friends, everywhere. Unfortunately, the COVID 2 years has literally brought down the social development in the children, social skills. So though they were attending the online sessions, it was just one-to-one with either mother, father, or tata party on either side, but no other friends to interact, to share their views, to be naughty, to have food together, to work together. So those social skills for 2 years, the children who have gone to class 1 and class 2 have missed out on the social skills. So the social development of a child starts from home, isn't it? It starts from home with the parents, grandparents, uncle, auntie, whoever. Then comes the friends, the peer group in the class, and the teachers play a major role in enhancing the social skills in a child, which is very, very important. So social development is very, very important. What are the important social skills? To develop friendship with other kids. Now, in a class of 40, first when they come, they're just seated on their chair, right? They don't know how to talk, what to talk. They only cry or just lost to go back home. So what do we do as teachers? We have to bring in that social interaction. The beginning, we must allow them to talk. You just leave the class and observe. Slowly they will start talking to their friends, either the child sitting near them or behind them or in front of them. The discussion might start off with one shoulder bag. If it's a colorful shoulder bag, the child will try to, pull the bag. So the other child, the owner of the bag, will say, don't touch it, right? So the talking starts like that. It is my bag, don't touch it. Then again, the child just wants to touch it. And then the complaint comes to the teacher. So when the complaint comes to the teacher, what happened? The social talking started with the friend within the peer group, and the socialism started with the teacher too when they start complaining. Otherwise, when the children just enter the class, they don't talk to the teacher just like that, isn't it? Unless and until you go to them, you talk to them, or if they cry, you cajole them, you carry them, put them on your lap and talk to them. Then they will talk to you, because you're also new to them. They're also new to you. They cannot be socially active the very first day or the first few days. It will take them to settle. But we must see that they are totally socially active as soon as possible, right? So they start conversing with the teacher, complaining about the peers, right? And as teachers, we should always understand their thoughts and feelings. As I said, if a child is sitting quietly in the place, lost, what do we do as a teacher? Definitely we go to that child, we ask, what is the problem? Why are you sad, Kanna? Did you have your breakfast? Is your stomach paining? You want to go to the washroom? So what are we doing? Interacting with the child so much, the child feels comfortable to get back to us if there is any issue. So this is socializing. We have to bring in this comfort zone between the teacher and the student, between the student and among the peer group, which is very, very important. And socializing should be encouraged at home also. The parents also should give them a chance to talk what they have in mind. So during parent teachers meeting, you should tell the parents, because nowadays parents are so busy, both working parents, Their day starts very early, their day ends very late. So what quality time they are spending with their children? It's the children with the tata party, which is a blessed thing. I'll come back to that again. But as parents, are we really spending quality time with our children? Most of the cases, no, because both of them are in the running race. The mother comes in, she has to do the household work and then get ready to the office. So what quality time are they spending? Of course, one Sunday is there for them to spend, but that Sunday, how much can they relate to a child? So you must tell the parents, end of the day, you come home at 8 o'clock or 8:30, it's fine. That few couple of hours before the child goes to bed, you have to spend quality time with the child. Find out what happened in the classroom, which is very, very important. That is one thing the child waits to share with the parents. It can be a small thing for us, but it's a world for the child. So he waits to come home. இன்னைக்கு தாச்சி and அம்மா கிட்ட சொல்லணும். ஓடி வந்து அம்மா வீட்ல இல்ல, அப்பா வீட்ல இல்ல. Fine. The child is made to understand that they have to go to work, they have to earn that money for a living. All those stories after that, the parents should understand whatever said and done, we have to spend quality time every day. Make it a point to spend 1 hour with them, discussing about what happened in the school. They will definitely say, like, his friend, one boy bought puri for snack, or chapati for snack, or vada for snack, and how they ate it, how one child tried to grab the other, and then there was a little fight. Then the teacher came in between. Then the teacher explained not to fight. So all these stories, when they tell it in their language, with their expression, it looks really nice to hear and understand how much they've observed in the class and what are they learning. From that, they also learn so many things, what to do, what not to do, because the teacher is there to guide them, right? She will explain to them, why do you fight? Why did you take his snack? Right? You should not take other snack. His mummy has packed for him. So many things the child is also learning, at the same time socializing, and comes home and tries to express the feelings to the parents, where the parents should definitely keep themselves free for the children. Next, most important, sharing the toys with each other, right? Now, playing with the toys. Now, if you take, for instance, the neighbors, when all the neighbors join together, they have different types of, toys. Each one owns it. When they all bring to a play area and start playing, how much they talk about the car. Suppose I have a car and you are having a tractor, or you are having a jeep. So I have so much to say about a car. The other person, the other child, has got so much to talk about a tractor. So what are they doing? Socially, they're talking to each other. Socially, they're playing with each other. So they're grasping so many things. One thing, adjustment, sharing, interacting, which turns out to a strong social development. So they will know patience. They will learn to wait for their turn. Now they start exchanging toys. Now you play with the car for some time. You give me your tractor. I will play with the tractor for some time. So what is happening? There is some sort of conversation by requesting, by saying, please give me your tractor. I'll play for some time. So what are they learning? Learning so many things. They're learning to adjust with each other, share their toys with each other, also use the word, the golden word, please, requesting for the toy to be given, and they share each other. So this social development should be encouraged everywhere. In the school, the teacher has to talk very well about it. Parents should be encouraged in parent-teachers meeting. You should encourage the parents that please allow their children to play with the neighboring children. Every day, 1 hour. Let them meet in the compound. Let them meet in the playground. Yes, somehow they should arrange people where, yes, the elders should be there to monitor. But you must encourage the parents to allow the children to play with the neighboring children, because social development is very, very important. That is where they learn so many things, which is very important as they grow as an adult, right? So that starts from real kindergarten, where the parents should be made to understand. Okay. social development, the eye-hand coordination, I told you that also is there in the social. Eye contact, not eye-hand comes for writing, eye contact. Now, when I talk to a child during interviews, you must have observed, right? You interview the child for LKG. What is the first thing we look forward from a child? Not writing, not answering, eye contact. Eye contact, very important. That is the first thing we observe in the child. When I call out the name, is the child looking at me? That's very important, isn't it? So when does this eye contact come? When the child is allowed freely to move with everybody. The child is given a chance to speak at home. The child should be given a chance to speak at home means, what am I telling? Should be allowed to express his or her thoughts freely. Then the child is bold enough to face anybody to answer any questions. But if you shy away the child, ipa pesada, ipa sollada, ipa pannada, aprama peslam, what is happening? You're sending the child into a shell. Instead of bringing the child out of the shell, you're sending the child into the shell. So this eye contact is very important in the social development, where I ask the child, if I call Rahul or Ramesh, if I ask, immediately the child should look into my eyes and wait for me to question. What will be my next question? And one more thing, in your interview, more than, making them write or making them color or asking them colors, when you ask a question, they should answer by looking at you, not like looking somewhere. What's your name? They should say, yes, be your name, whatever, Ramesh or Radha or Krishna, they will tell. Not by looking somewhere, Krishna, Krishna. No, that is not the right thing. So first thing, eye to eye contact, very important. That develops only in the social development, where parents are responsible for this. Okay. And what is the role of a teacher in social development? So what is the role of a teacher? First thing, always for kindergarten, any development teachers, please remember, storytelling is very important. Narrate stories. Very important. Let it be physical development, cognitive development, social development. That storytelling makes a lot of difference for a child to understand better. So narrate stories of which is connected, like social development stories. You can frame a story of your own, or you have a lot of books which has got different characters, which has got a different story, where the child will understand, and the story will be of that age group. Where that age group, it should be to that level where the child is able to understand what you're trying to say. The child should go home with a meaning and a complete story format to narrate it at home to the parents at home, right? So narrating stories is very, very important for any development. That age group, I'm not talking about higher classes, only that LKG to class 2, I can tell they enjoy storytelling, and telling them what is right and wrong through a story format helps them better further. And as they go after like 3rd standard, they know, just if you just verbally tell them, they will understand what it is. But the storytelling plays a vital role for this age group. Yes. And then you must provide opportunities. As a teacher, you should provide opportunities for a team spirit. How do you do this? So what you see, you spot a few children who are not socially active in the class. They just come to class, take your books, they take their book. Yes, point a finger, point a finger. Now close your books, take your number workbook, they take the number workbook. That's all they're doing, but they're not looking at others. They're not trying to talk to you. Only what you do, like monotonous, they'll just like a robot, they will do the action, listen to you. But that is not what is needed. Okay, with that what? Socially interact. You have to interact. You should try to be little naughty. Yes, kindergarten children, you cannot expect them to be sitting in the place, right? Little naughty. Then only it's fun. Then there's work for the teacher also. If they're very good, where's the work for the teacher, right? So little naughty, you must allow them to explore in the classroom, talk freely, not that sit down, and this finger on the lips should never happen in kindergarten. Kindly note, teachers, many schools have seen They always say finger on the lips. That is so sad. How can you ask the child to just keep the finger on the lips and not talk? Yes, but the child should be made to understand no talking during study time, no talking during explanation. When the teacher is teaching, no talking, you only listen, listening time. Zip up the lips, listening time. But this finger of the lips concept, the olden days one, it is not right for a child, right? It is like, saying close your mouth in a very posh way. That is like this, right? And we don't use the word shut up. We should never, never use the word shut up, because shut up are two words. Like I can say shut the door. It is nothing wrong in it. But when you say shut up, I feel it is very harsh on a child. Instead, you can say, Kanna, can you close your mouth for some time? So that is different. I'm requesting the child to close his mouth for some time because I'm teaching. And at the same time, what I will tell, later on, I will give you a chance to talk, then you talk. So here, what you're doing, you're not directly like, hitting the child with your harsh words. You're trying to explain him or her in a soft, affectionate way, and also telling the child that you're going to give some time to talk. So this word shut up, finger on the lips, all these are not the words to be used in kindergarten. And these are the things where we literally have to look up. And this shut up, if they learn it, they try to use it at home also, right? So coming back to this social development, the group, team spirit I was talking to you. Team spirit is very important. As I told you, when you see a child sitting quietly, not doing anything, just doing his or her own work without looking at what the friend is doing, opposite side or back or front, what should you do? You must create a team spirit. How do you do? Just start a game. And you call, including the boy who's just sitting on his own with a group of children. And move the tables and benches all aside. Immediately you draw circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And you write A, B, C, D in the circles. Yes. And you make the children stand in a line. Yes. And you start giving flashcards. I give A to a group of 5. I give B to a group of 5. I give C to a group of 5. I give D to a group of 5. Right? And it'll come on, children, ready for the game. Children are so excited. I've drawn 4, 5 circles. I've written a big A in one circle, a big B in one circle, a big C in another circle, and a big D in the circle. Now, children, listen. There's pin drop silence because they know it's something exciting. So I tell, come on, now start, listen carefully. Now, whoever is having the letter D will go and stand in the circle D. So, gudu, they will stand in the circle D, laughing and jumping, right? And the child who is not talking starts talking. Wow, how? He starts pulling a child when he's standing in the wrong place. He's holding the D, flashcard D, right? He holds D. So that is the first step to make friends with his peer, right? Then again, now very good. Next group, ready. Now letter A. So they run, and they go join in the circle. And they're so sweet, they try to hold each other so that they're not out of the circle. And then you exchange the cards with them, give them number cards. You can also give like pictures of animals, flowers. Like I can give a picture of cat, a picture of dog, a picture of cow. And in the circles, I will write C-O-W, cow, C-A-T, cat, B-A-T, bat. So when I say bat, you all go where the bat is, they go and stand there. Or it can be the vice versa. Like I can give them the word B-A-T, bat, and draw a bat in the circle. So they see the bat, they know that they have to go and stand in that circle. So what is happening when they run and push and pull? They are becoming friends with each other. And when they go and stand in the circle for no reason, they laugh. Isn't it? There's no reason, but they stand, hold hands together and laugh. So what are we doing here? The role of a teacher, we are bringing in the team spirit in a game format, which is very, very important. And you should also hold the child accountable for his or her actions. Suppose a child is doing wrong. Suppose a child is, trying to cheat or push somebody unnecessarily. You must make the child understand, Kanna, you should not do this. This is your boundary. Only if you stand in this boundary, you're correct. You cannot push anybody. So in the social development, when you're trying to tell the child, explain to the child how the team spirit is, how you have to adjust with each other, how you have to share with each other, how you have to play with each other. You also should tell the child what is right, what is wrong at appropriate places. When the necessity comes where the child should know this is right, this is your wrong action, the child must be made to understand it is a wrong action. You cannot cheat in a game. You cannot pull anybody. You cannot push anybody. Definitely the child will learn, because the team spirit which you are creating is in a playway method. It is not just instruction. It is in a playway method. So here I end my social development. As I told you yesterday, there are volumes and volumes to speak about social development or any development, with lot of examples, lot of illustrations, lot of happenings. But this time it is just a session where I cannot go in depth, And also you can bring in the concept of bringing the favorite toys that I will talk to you when I take the session on academics. And when they bring in their favorite toys, each child will have a different toy. And definitely the other friends will have, will have the thing like, can I have the toy for some time? Can I give this toy for some time? So what is happening there? The teacher has to pitch in and start giving the toys to each other, sharing the toys where they are feeling happy. They know it does not belong to them, but they have given the chance to hold it for some time, look at it, enjoy the toy, and give it back to the friend. So there is so much to teach in social development in the classroom itself, teachers, creating the team spirit in children, giving them the importance. A child, you will find, even after doing so much, the child does not involve, right? So what do? You give him a leadership quality. You give him a leadership, right? You tell him, now you're the leader. You're going to clap hands and stop, right? So this child is made special. Definitely he will change. Definitely he will get involved. When he knows that you're giving him importance to take care of something, you are responsible for this. Even if it is a 3.5-year-old child, will get responsible, and there will be changes in his movement, that is social developing skills. Definitely there will be a change when he moves with his peers, Now, for example, again, one example for social development, what we do, we give a bowl of crayons, and there are 4 children seated at the table, right? And we'll give only two colors, like 2 of yellow, 2 of red, 2 of green. Now the first boy will just pick up the first red color, the second boy will pick up the second red color, right? And the other 2 children will not have the red color, and they're so sad. So what do? We tell, see, we've got 2 yellow, 2 red, 2 green. Now you start coloring the red part. You take a yellow crayon, you color the yellow color. And once he finishes the red, he will put back the red and he will take your yellow. So there what you're doing, again, you're giving that social development skills where they're trying to wait for their turn and get what color they want, right? So all these, there are so many where you can introduce in making the child understand, like how socially he should understand his friends, peer group, adjustment. All these are the role played by the teachers, because when you play this role, they carry it home. Even at home with their siblings, they learn from school. But at home, it is like always fighting. And the mother comes and, either gets angry on, we do not know. Like, why did you do this? Why did you do that? Sometimes the mother will have a lot of patience in explaining about sharing the toys. Sometimes she will not have patience. She will definitely get angry on the children. But as teachers, what should we do? We should try to explain to them the same thing at home. You must adjust with your brother or sister. You must share your toys with your brother or sister, isn't it? So everything starts from school. That is why role of a teacher in every area is very, very important from LKG. Okay. Next, we'll go to cognitive development. Now, cognitive. The word cognitive means what? It is related here. The thinking, isn't it? Cognitive means automatically it should go to thinking. So thinking, exploring, figuring a way out is called cognitive development. It is a big word for the child to understand, but it is very, very important. Cognitive skills are very, very important, where they are giving work to the brain, and what they learn in the classroom should retain in their memory. To retain in the memory, cognitive skills are very, very important. So as teachers, we must enhance their cognitive skills. We must enhance their cognitive development. Okay. So the development of knowledge, skills, solving issues, dispositions that help the children to think about and understand the world around them is only the cognitive development, only through cognitive skills. They should understand, think. Everything comes with the thinking and exploring. Why is it?
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes,
Ma'am, will you please repeat what is meaning for cognitive development? I'm
what,
not
ma'am?
understanding, ma'am. Ma'am, will you please tell what is the meaning of cognitive development?
Thinking, ma'am. Cognitive skills is the thinking. What they think in the mind, the brain. The thinking skills, cognitive skills.
Okay,
what they
ma'am.
retain in the memory. If I tell, suppose for example, I'm going to sing Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star, how I wonder what you are. The child will not understand. But if I want this thinking to be retained in the memory, what do? I immediately take a prop to enhance their cognitive skills. Instead of just saying it, if I just say it, the child will look at me. But how do I make it a strong cognitive effect to get what I taught them in the memory? Is I'm going to use a prop. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Then again, I tried to sing the same thing in Sanskrit. So the child is looking at me. First I recited, like, I sang the rhyme in English. Now I'm going to say the same thing in Sanskrit. So I'll tell, come on, can I take this? Instead of telling twinkle, twinkle, I'm going to twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Spurati, spurati nakshatram, chitra vichitra nakshatram. Dure, dure akashe, vajrata drishyam prakashate. Vajrata drishyam prakashate. Now the cognitive starts working. The child will not forget. You understood, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
You tell this in the story format.
Okay.
And you make that sound. Now, suppose I'm talking about a crow. There was a crow. I will tell you when the storytelling session comes, I will tell you about the crow. Now, when I'm telling there was a crow, it was feeling very thirsty. The child will listen. But crow சொல்லும்போது பாப்பாங்க. என்ன இன்னும் நல்ல தீவிரமா எப்ப பாப்பாங்க? When they look at me with concentration எப்போன்னா, when I say when I say that, everybody will look at you. Why? I am waking up their cognitive here. I'm making them look at me. I'm giving that. Instead of saying CROW crow, they'll all be sleeping. When I do this, they're up. What am I doing? I'm giving a knock at their cognitive memory. So, when I tell this, வீட்டுக்கு போய் உடனே என்ன பண்ணுவாங்க? They will all go busla, vanla, ஏறும்போது கத்துவாங்க. Right? Why? I have sharpened their cognitive. What I have told is retained in their memory. And that which is retained in the memory is called the cognitive development. That which is retained in the memory is called the cognitive development. It is there where you think. Now you use your mind to think, isn't it? That is cognitive. You use your mind to explore. That is cognitive. You use your mind to figure out what is right, what is wrong. That is cognitive. இதுதான் right, இதுதான் தப்பு. எப்படி தெரியுது? When you use your mind, your cognitive, that is there inside your mind. And what gets into your mind so strong? Always as humans, நல்லது ஒண்ணும் மைண்ட்ல ரொம்ப நேரம் இருக்காது. ஆனா கெட்டதெல்லாம் மைண்ட்ல. Right? Am I right? That is human. இப்போ நல்லது, somebody gave so many mangoes, we relish those mangoes, that we eat it, it's gone. But let somebody tell you something, அது போகவே போகாது, ரொம்ப நாள் ஆகும் போகிறதுக்கு. That is because it is the way we are accepting it and dumping into our brain. That is also cognitive. The accepting is cognitive. Taking it and dumping it into the brain and keeping it for a long period of time is also cognitive. So what should we do? The retention in the memory should be only good. Remove the bad. Because the cognitive skills, they play a major role. Teachers kindly understand, even for you as adults and for the children. They play a major role. In a class, you scold a child. For example, we do not scold kindergarten children, but something, the child has done something very naughty where it has hurt somebody. Appa enna panna mudiyum? We have to raise our voice little, isn't it? So when we raise our voice little, what happens? The child is very upset. Adhe mind la irukku, inike na teacher tittang, she is sitting, or he or she is sitting, but neenga thinnadu mattum mind la irukku. Yes, that is cognitive memory la retain panniyachu. But you have to remove that thought from the child before dispersal. How do you remove it? You have to remove it. Otherwise, that thinking, the cognitive, is going to affect the child the whole day, the whole night. So before dispersal, you call the child, keep the child on your lap and say, Kanna, nedukku thitna theriyuma? Ipdi pannalama? Pannala, adha auntie konja kovum vandhudu. But inime neenga panna mattingala, or high five kudunga, high five. The child blushes, so happy. So when the child is going home, neenga thitnadu cognitive mind la irukadu, neenga konjinadu mattum mind la. That retaining in memory is very important, teachers. Whatever we tell the children, only the good things should be retained in the memory, not the wrong things. Because when it retains in the memory, it can repeat at home, it can repeat at a gathering, it can repeat at a function. So whatever we teach should be proper, clearly explained, because that age group, and the 3.5 to 5 years, is the age where the retention is high. That is why I told you yesterday, teachers' words are gospel to them. Yes, understood teachers?
Yes, ma'am.
Clear?
Yes.
Am I clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so these examples are enough. Now as we go till 13th, nariya irukku namalukku kathuka. Idu mattum illa, this is just the beginning. Okay, so we can share so many things, but I'll just rush because the time is past. Okay, why is cognitive development important? Attention skills will improve. Attention, ipo na sonnadhu enna, crow ko வித்தியாசம் என்ன? crow சொன்னா என்ன பார்க்க மாட்டாங்க, right? I am getting their attention. Only when I get their attention, I can convey to them. Instead of drawing one apple on the board, I can get their attention if I put my hand in a basket and take out a real apple. The children will have apples at home, but teacher bag la edutadha periya vishayam. Amma apples வீட்ல நிறைய இருக்கும், அம்மா தினம் கட் பண்ணி கொடுப்பாங்க, அது விஷயமே கிடையாது. நான் என் பேக்ல இருந்து எடுத்து காமிச்ச ஆப்பிள் தான் சூப்பர். So what happens? Immediately they will look at the apple as if they have not seen apple at all.
Yes.
Right? So this is cognitive. Getting their attention. If they don't listen, how do we draw their attention? By getting things like this, showing them props, which is very, very important, and getting their attention. Once we get their attention, we can do wonders, teachers. We can give them double promotion. Because getting their attention is very tough. Once we get their attention, they will be at their best. Right? and their reasoning skills also will improve if their cognitive skills are sharp. They should know. That is what I tell. The teacher plays a major role in making them understand what is right, what is wrong, what they are not supposed to do, what they are supposed to do. It's only the teacher's role. Yes, the solving ability. You must see some children are very smart. They also know to solve a problem. That greatness goes to the teacher. That's the way she has explained to them. All these goes to cognitive. Why? It is working here continuously. It is working. The thinking happens. Okay. Night when you go to bed, maybe your brain also will relax. Otherwise, when you're awake, you go on thinking either about the school or what to prepare for lunch in the afternoon, or what to prepare for tonight dinner, or where to go for for the weekend. Okay, what should I wear for the wedding? What should I go when I wear to the restaurant? Your mind non-stop thinking. Why did she look at me like this? Yesterday she was very nice to me. Today she didn't even look at me. See, all good thoughts are there, bad thoughts are there. So many things are there. So our mind is full of thoughts, full of questions, full of so much. That is where the stress comes. Once your mind is stressed out, what is happening? You land up with a headache. Once you land up with a headache, you show that frustration on everybody. Let it be your class children, let it be your family at home, right? You're not able to take the class. What do? You have a headache. You're not able to take the class. The children are really troubling you. What do? Your stress levels multiply, right? So clear your mind, the cognitive, the thinking. Main cognitive means thinking. The more you think, the good things you think, it's good. The wrong things you think, it's going to play a very bad role in your day-to-day life. So your solving ability, reasoning ability, your attention, everything happens in the memory here, which is called cognitive development. And cognitive development is like when you want something for the children to definitely retain in their memory for performance, you must explain to them in a story format with a lot of prompts where there is attention span. To get their attention span, the more you voice modulate, you do your voice modulation, show the props, you will grab their attention, and whatever you teach, it will retain in their memory, which is finally again called the cognitive development. The role of a teacher in cognitive development, first, the language you communicate, right? Now at this 3.5 to 5 years, English, it's a new language for them, because in 3.5 years, they know only their mother tongue. There are Telugu children, Tamil children, Malayalam children, Hindi children. How do you make them understand? How do you make them think what is right and wrong? Right? So language plays a major role where you stoop down to their level, try to converse with them in their mother tongue. The first 6 months of LKG or the first 3 months of LKG is very, very important. Not everybody walk into the class with English language. So what do? The first 3 months, we have to stoop down to their level and make them understand what I am trying to say, what they are trying to say, we should also understand. So what do? Not all teachers know all the languages, isn't it? So what do? Our colleagues, one will be Telugu person, one will be Malayalam person, we call the teacher, we try to talk. And by now all the senior teachers would have been little well versed with all the languages, right? So language is very important for them to make them understand what they want to convey or understand what we are trying to convey. So cognitive development, language is very, very important. Now in their home, when they are born, the first language is their mother tongue. So they know, Vendana, edukakudadu, Ukkarana, sit down. They know that in their mother tongue. But when they come to class, when I say sit down, they might not know. They will do action what they are doing, isn't it? So this is language plays a very vital role in cognitive development, where they have to understand what we are trying to say, think accordingly and act. Think accordingly and act. And activities help them a lot to enhance their cognitive development, especially building blocks, puzzles, thinking, where it is given to thought, right? Okay, This puzzle should come here. This should be connected here. And lot of talking by the teacher improves their cognitive skills. Lot of talking by the teacher is very, very, very important to improve their cognitive skills and to bring in the confidence. You have to bring in confidence in the child. How do you bring in confidence? By appreciating them at every area, by patting at their back and saying, wow, good Kana, one high five, very good, you've done so beautifully. So what is happening? The good appreciation is motivating them by their thinking. They're always thinking. Till when you appreciate a child, it is so much, in the brain, in the thought, that they wait for this person when to go home and relate to the mother and say, today auntie appreciated me, today auntie said very good, today my teacher said very good, I'm so happy, I'm so happy. That what is there in memory, teachers, will not go away for a long time. It will not go, because that thought has retained in the memory. That retention in the memory is called the cognitive skill. That is called the cognitive development. That is why as teachers, we have to play a very good role, a careful role. We should be actually come well prepared to the class. See, handling higher class children is totally different, teachers. But this age group, they listen to each and every word what the teacher says. So we should come well prepared to class of what we are talking and what we are talking about. Even the clarity should be there, because there'll be some smart children. You just say a few words, they get it. They're so sharp. Their brain is so sharp. It just gets in there and it is retained in the memory. So we should be very careful handling this age group of children. And bringing in, as I told you, I'm reiterating the same thing. It is our duty to bring in confidence in the children. How do we bring in confidence? By making them take part in activities. Give them some role. Take part in the activities. Even if you are taking a small rhyme, make them enact. Make them enact. Like rhymes. Teaching language back. Now there are different languages. In here in DAV, we have rhymes in different languages where they really enjoy. So when the different language comes, sometimes it's a tongue twister. They enjoy saying that because some words are funny to them, right? It is not heard in their daily life. Okay, English little bit is heard, Tamil little bit is heard, but Gujarati and Marathi and all are unheard. So when there are new words, they just enjoy, they like to learn it. And trust me, those tough words in different languages, they catch up like this. Because it is a funny word, it is a tongue twister, they just catch it very easily. And their auditory, when you make them hear, when you recite a rhyme for them, it should be so good because they are very sharp. Their auditory levels, their hearing, their brain, cognitive, that age is very, very, very sharp. So we should be very careful in what we are doing. Suppose, for example, I'm going to sing a rhyme for them. It's a butterfly rhyme. Okay, I'm having a butterfly as a prompt, right? So if I say just a butterfly, they will look here, they will look there. Now I'll say, I'll just go back. I'll put my hand in the back and say, children, there's a surprise for you. Okay, all are sitting straight. What is that surprise? Here comes the butterfly. And you can see the buzzing in the class. Yeah, wow, beautiful. Yes. So instead of telling a butterfly, just reciting a butterfly song, I will make a song. Okay. It is like, okay, tell me, I'll just sing 4 lines for you. In my rhyme session, I will sing the complete song. Okay. Tell me, little pretty butterfly, pretty butterfly, pretty butterfly. Tell me, little pretty butterfly, tell me your story. Tell me your story. I was born from one little sticky egg, one little sticky egg, one little sticky egg. I was born from one little sticky egg on a soft green leaf, on a soft green leaf. I will continue this in my rhyme session. So what happened now? Their cognitive skills, that's it. They know the butterfly, they'll go home and tell, Amma, auntie, butterfly kamchanga, blue color, beautiful butterfly song. And they will learn the song very easily. Because certain things which you want them to retain in their memory, it will happen only through your props and your voice modulation. So cognitive skills, very, very important. It is connected to thinking, where storytelling plays a major role, rhymes plays a major role, voice modulation plays a role in thinking and retaining in memory. Just like that age group, to retain it, you must put it in a different way. So cognitive skills is all about, what did I tell you? Is thinking, exploring, and figuring out whether right or wrong, figuring out whether yes or no. Thinking, exploring, and figure out things whether right or wrong, it is here. So let's make their cognitive skills more sharp by giving them good thoughts to think so that it retains in the memory for long. As I told you yesterday, talking about great leaders, very, very important. The way you put into them as a great leader, you must show the Josh in your body. If I'm talking about a soldier, I must walk like a soldier. And in case, if you're having a soldier's dress, beautiful, or a soldier cap, wonderful. Yes, walk, tuck, 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 march. They get that, they just look at you like this. And when you salute to them, they will think, oh, even I want to become a soldier. Even I want to become a police. So what are we doing? We are kindling the thought in their mind. When I grow up, even I want to serve the nation. I want to fight for my country. I like to salute. This is my country. So that kindling should happen, and that this cognitive development helps in all these areas where it is the role of the teacher. Now next, let's go to child safety and first aid. Very, very, very important. Then studying, then dancing, then jumping, then talking, then performance. Safety is very, very important. The children, that age group, the parents leave them with us, thinking that we will be taking utmost care of them. So whatever in life teaches, safety is very important. First, that is the priority. Now, safety in children, physical and mental safety. So you must be wondering, what is physical safety I'm talking? What is mental safety I'm talking, right? Physical safety, first, the child should understand what is good touch, what is bad touch. Because the world which was then is not today. Years back, our Tata Party's time, everything was fine. But today, there is no age for anything. So the child, once starts coming out of the house to school, from day one of LKG, the child should know what is bad touch, what is good touch. And even if you have a chart in your classroom, what is good touch and bad touch, and you explain to the child with a foot ruler, definitely the child will know. So you should make them understand. You should not allow, you should tell the children, do not allow anybody to carry you. Your mother can carry you, your father can carry you, not even your uncle. The girl child should be well informed. Teachers, please remember, girl child should be well informed. They should be informed. Don't allow anybody to pull the cheeks. Mommy can do that, daddy can do that, right? And not beyond that. Sometimes if you say Kanna, okay, Munna, Kanna, fine, right? Not beyond that. Do not allow them to kiss you. It's only the mother can kiss you, the father can kiss you. Beyond that, do not allow anybody. Girl child should be made, this should be made clear to the girl child. Even when they go out to the market or the mall, and somebody on the way in the aisle where they are walking, right? When they go to the supermarket, sometimes the mother leaves the hand of the child, which she should not do. And somebody else comes in and just pinches the cheeks. Immediately, the child should raise a voice. Call mother, Amma and a killera, right? Because the child should be aware that a stranger should not touch her, especially a girl child. The stranger should not touch her. And immediately the child should raise a voice saying, Amma ena todra, Amma ena kildra, Amma ena kannan solra. So the mother, wherever she comes running there and sees to it, it does not happen. Yes. And then physical safety, this is one. Good touch, bad touch. Next, running, falling and getting hurt. So we must advise the children, please do not run in the corridors. Please do not run. You will fall down and get hurt. The safety measures you have to take. Some children never know to walk, right? You have to make them understand. If you run, you will fall. You can walk, it's fine. But no running. Definitely if you run, you will fall. Sometimes there'll be sand in the corridors. Sometimes any reason can bring to the slippery thing and they might fall. So you must always guard the children saying, if you run, you will fall. Please do not run. And shall I give you one incident about this? When I used to say this in the class, you run, you fall, they connected me. You won't believe, but it is true. The UKG child, when I selected the UKG children for running race in sports day, they told, when I explained to them about running race, they asked me, Auntie, you told if you run, we'll fall. Then what is this running race? Right? So what do I tell them? It's a big question, very important, intelligent question. So I tell them, yes, Kanna, this is connected to sports where you run in your track to win a prize, but running simply without any boundaries, you tend to fall because there are many children walking this side, that side, and there is slippery sand on the ground, on the corridor. So when you run, you will fall. And when you run at the corners, what happens? You do not know who is coming from the other side. You both bang each other and both of you fall. That is why this running is different from the running race for sports day. Here for sports day, I am taking care of you in training you to run, right? I see to it that you don't fall. So I make you run on a clear track where there is no chance for you to fall. I'm taking care of you. But when you run without anybody besides you, you run without thinking where you're running, which way you're running, which side you're going, and then you hurt yourself. This is the second point. Not hurting others, physical safety, not hurting others. Like children, sometimes they get so angry when a child is coloring with a pencil, with a crayon, and the child wants the same blue color, right? What the friend is coloring. So what happens, instead of asking, can I have the blue color after you finish? What do? They just grab it. When they grab the pencil, the other child gets angry, and what does he do? Either pinches or pokes, right? So it is our duty to tell them, do not get angry. Even if your friend pulls what's in your hand, you get up and tell the teacher. At home, you tell your parents, but you should not show your anger. You will definitely get angry, no doubt in it, but you should learn to control because it might hurt your friend. And if it hurts your friend, his mother will not like it, right? So always control your anger. இது சொல்லும் போது அவங்களுக்கு அவ்வளவு புரியாது. எனக்கு கொடுக்கல, எனக்கு வேணும், நான் அப்படிதான் பண்ணுவேன் என்றுதான் தாட் இருக்கும். Immediately நீங்க என்ன பண்ணணும்? You must narrate a story. Wherever possible, teachers, to make them understand on certain crucial issues, just lecturing this age group is not at all sufficient. It does not help them at all. Only narrating a story will help them. Only narrating a story. Certain things, if you tell, they will just listen, but they will repeat it. But if you narrate it as a story and with voice modulation, with your facial expression, they will understand, they will listen, they will not do the mistake. Okay? So not hurting others, whether it's an indoor game or an outdoor game. Outdoor game, when they're playing sand with sand, what do? They like to throw sand on each other. They do not know that they are hurting the other child. Right? They will tell, na mannu da potte. And the mannu kannukulla pola, and the mannu vaikulla pola, and the mannu mookukulla pola. Right? Last la thalamelyum pola. Isn't it? So what happens? You should tell them. You are thinking you are just throwing the sand. But when you're throwing the sand is going into the eyes. One more important thing. The dust from the sand, when you throw it, it definitely will affect the other child. He will start sneezing. He will catch cold. And there'll be some infection because of the dust. You must tell the child. You must make. So this is the physical safety. Again, playing indoor and outdoor games. Then climbing up the stairs. Some schools, yes, we all have 3 stairs, like 3-floor building. Though the steps are child friendly, though there is space, though it is not slippery, it is dangerous for little children, because if they are going to push somebody, there is a possibility for the next child to come rolling down, right? So you must always tell the children, when you climb up the stairs, no holding shoulders, hold the wall, do not touch your friend. Hold the wall and climb up the stairs. Hold the wall and come down the steps. But do not touch your friend. Because as they come down the steps, if one child for some reason pushes, everybody will fall down. So this should be explained every day, because some schools, we have 1st floor computer class, we have 2nd floor video class. So when the children are going up and down, every day in the mic, one senior teacher should announce, make it mandatory about the rules of the day in school. That when you get down the stairs, please children, hold the wall and get down. Don't hold your friend's shoulder. When you climb up, climb holding the wall. Do not run on the corridors. Do not push your friends. Do not pinch. All this should be made mandatory. Every day you should remind them, because they are little children. They tend to forget, and the anger in little children is more. They do not know the after effect, right? They just know that spur of moment, they show their anger, but they do not know how it's going to affect the other child like grown-ups. So they should be made to realize every day what it is and what they are not supposed to do. And one last point is, you should not allow children to bring forks to school. That is, the mothers, what they do, they pack fruits, very nice, and they have this small baby forks just to pierce and eat it. You should tell the parent not to send forks, because during that time, in a fit of anger, the child pokes somebody with the fork. It's going to be very, very dangerous. So these are the physical safety what you have to take. Now, mental safety, when I'm going to talk, is when the words I use, the words that come out from my mouth, we should be very, very careful. We should not hurt children. As I told, shut up is a big word, right? Like words like that, it should not be abusive. It should be more comforting words are very, very important for this age group, because as I told you, it will retain in their memory, and it really is going to hurt them in the long run. Then not talking to strangers. I already told you, you should advise the children in the classroom not to talk to strangers. And when they are going out with their parents, let it be to the zoo, let it be to the mall, let it be to the theater, let it be to the supermarket, vegetable market, wherever they go, you have to instruct the children, hold your father's hand, hold your mother's hand. In case the mother leaves the hand to hold a basket, you should not allow any stranger to talk to you. The moment the stranger talks to you, you should raise an alarm. You should call, shout for your mother wherever she is. Yes, and very important, every day as a child comes to school, make them learn one of the mobile numbers. Very, very important. Either the fathers or the mothers. And in the parent-teachers meeting, you should instruct the parents, because sometimes when the child falls sick, when we call the parents, they don't pick up the phone. And finally, the temperature shoots up and we have to rush the child to the hospital. So you should instruct the parents saying that mothers, all the mothers, till the child reaches home, their mobile phone should be with them and they should attend the calls. Very, very important, because sometimes it can turn very, very bad. So you must instruct the parents. One parent, especially the mother, should have the mobile with her. Any call from the school, the mother should attend to. So teach the children their mobile numbers. Insist the children learn, and don't make it like, a rule. Make it as a competitive spirit. Okay, make it like tomorrow, see, you give them some time. Tomorrow, this table is going to tell their mobile numbers and you will write it on the board. Yes. And on that day, you're going to give them some nice, different candy to them, which is child friendly, as a gift for them to learn and retaining it in memory. Next, I give a name to the table. Each table I give a name. I write down the phone numbers as they tell, and you appreciate them. Wow, great, it is the correct number. So all the numbers, as you tell, it will start coming on the board. When it comes on the board, they're so happy that their number is on the board. That number will not be forgotten. It will be retained in the memory forever. The same thing, if you do not have space on the board, make a chart on the soft board, put up a chart with the marker, you write each child's number. You should not write. The child should tell 9, 4, 5. Then you write and you check the register and give a big clap. Super, very good. It is the correct number. So this is very, very important. Why is child safety very important? Because a child should feel secure in every way. Very, very important. These days, we do not know what is happening, right? Now, the child, the safe and secure child. Please remember, a safe and a secure child will always be very happy and confident. Please remember, a safe and secure child will always be very happy and confident and will be an all-rounder. That is because he has got proper security at home where the parents are patting him for all his things, encouraging him, appreciating him, and motivating him. When that happens at home, in class, he is doing a fantastic job. The teacher is appreciating him, motivating him, and encouraging him. So this all-rounder personality plays a very, very vital role in child safety and development. And a happy and a safe child. Why I'm telling this happy, safe, and confidence in a child? Why I'm bringing this, that the parent plays a major role, the teacher plays a major role? Because a happy, safe, and a confident child knows to handle things. Though 3.5, though 4, though 5, they know to handle things because they are brought up like that. They're groomed like that. So they know to handle in a better way. Any crisis they know to handle in a better way because they're groomed, they're taught, they're also been exposed to certain things where the parent or the teacher explains. So child safety is very, very important. Teachers kindly know. One more thing, coming to child safety and first aid. My last topic will be on first aid. Yeah, there is still time. So safety of the child, please remember, very important. In a class of 41 teacher, your eyes, not 2 eyes, your eyes should be all around. I'm writing on the board. Yes, I keep myself half like this and I write THE the, I'll go, I just look. Again, I see, write ISS, I look. Because I do not know, in that moment, in a fraction of a second, there might be a child hurting somebody. Right? Sometimes what happens, in a moment you can see a child trying to vomit. You're writing, you're turning on the board, you just turn, there's some child who is feeling very uneasy and ready to vomit. It is true. So what do? You jump to that corner because the child should not vomit on the child sitting in front, right? So safety means everywhere you should look around, even when you're writing on the board, when you're walking to the doorstep, when you're trying to help other children. What we do, when lunchtime, all the children come in a line to take their lunch baskets. We are concentrating on giving the baskets to them. Yes, but we are not we are not sure what is happening this side. So what do? We should be extra cautious. Though we are helping them in taking their baskets, we should also look to the other side, what pushing is going on, what pulling is going on. So from here, I have to do both the jobs, right? Giving the baskets, at the same time settling down here so that they don't push and pull and fall, right? So that safety is important because we have these tables which have got 4 corners. All the tables in most of the schools, kindergarten schools, I'm sure they're all child friendly, no doubt, no doubt. But in case one child pushes, all of them fall, and there is a possibility for a child to get hurt with the edge of the table, though it is not shut. It is our responsibility. Till the child is in the campus, in our classroom, the safety measures are very, very important because the children of that age, they are very, very tender. Their skin is very, very tender. Just a touch, it turns dead. It gets swollen up. So we should be very, very careful. Now, what is first aid and why first aid is very, very important? in school, especially for kindergarten. Please remember, children, teachers, first aid is very, very, very important. You should have a first aid box in the office room where you have the cotton, where you have cotton, where you have gauze, where you have thermometer, where you have the ointment, that soframycin, that ointment, and a few band-aids. A thermometer is very, very important. And in the fridge, definitely the kindergarten school should have a fridge. You should have ice packs. You should have ice packs. And sometimes in my fridge, I keep some ORSL and all that during summer season. Yes, sometimes when children fall or, they get by, children, even the adults, even the teachers, even the support staff, to help them, I keep all these as the first aid in my refrigerator. When they start sweating a lot and when they get this palpitation, I see to it, I give them the ORSL and, get them fresh about it and get them rejuvenated by giving the instant drink, which just helps them because it has got electrolytes and other nutrients in it, the vitamin C and other nutrients. So first aid, a child gets hurt. First thing, the teacher should bring the child to the office room first if the child falls down. And if the child is bleeding, you must always, always remember, no panic. First thing, fever higher, panic. When you panic, the child panics more than you. That panic should not be shown in front of the child. You just quietly bring the child. You know the hurt is deep. You know it is bleeding. But calm. Just hold the area tight with this part of your hand. Hold it so hard. Press it so hard. Definitely the blood will get arrested by the way you hold it and push it. Just hold it. After some time, you just remove slightly and you feel that it has not arrested. Quietly, what you do, you will have a tie-up with some close by hospital. You just put the child on your shoulder and rush to the hospital because it may be a cut where they need stitches, but nothing to panic. And in the meantime, when you're doing the first aid, someone in the office who is in charge of the first aid will be busy with the first aid. What should the class teacher do? The class teacher should call the parent immediately. And what is it she's going to convey? Is she going to tell your child has fallen down, come immediately? No. Hearing this, the mother will faint there. You understood? Very, very careful, teachers. These are the areas where we have to be very cautious. When you tell the child has fallen down, the child is sick, the mother's reaction will be totally different. She will fall. So what should you do? Even though it is little bad, you should convey a message in such a way, ma'am, your child just while running, she fell down. She's absolutely fine. She's in the office room. She wants to go home. Can you please come immediately and pick up? She's calling, crying for her mother because children, any little thing happens, they cry for the mothers, right? And after this, you call the father too and tell, this is what happened, sir. So just kindly come. Your child wants to go home. Kindly come to the office and pick your child. After coming, make the parents be seated and explain the story. That is better than telling giving the proper information over the phone and making them faint, and the complete travel, the stress they undergo, sometimes it might turn dangerous. So do not convey the exact thing until the child comes home, right? And if need be, like if you really need, the child has to be taken to the hospital, you have to take the child to the hospital, and slowly after the parents come home, or make a second call, like, the child fell down, there's little bit of bleeding. So we thought it is better that doctor checks. This is the way you should put. Again, taking them to the hospital, if you tell, it's the worst situation, the worst scenario, right? The mother, father will think, what has happened to the child? So what do you tell? This is a mild cut. We thought it's better we show it to the doctor before you come. That's all. Once the parents come to the hospital, then the doctor will explain to them in a better way, and everything is well taken care of, right? So little injuries, even if the child has got minor injury, it's better you call the parent and inform immediately, because later on, it should not be a complaint on the teacher. The teacher should be cautious at every step. It should not be a complaint on the teacher. You have to do your work paka, right? So call the parent immediately. This is what happens. Fever, you have to do the first aid. If it's 101, 101 போயிட்டுனா அழகா கார்பெட் போட்டுட்டு ஒரு பெட்ஷீட் போட்டு ஒரு தலகாணி போட்டு start giving sponge bath. Take the gauze, fold it multiple times, squeeze it in water and just place it at the forehead. Even then, if you feel the temperature is shooting, remove the clothes with undergarments, just make the child relax and go on sponge bath. Give the sponge bath to the child from head to toe until the parents come. It's our duty to hand over the child very safely to the parent. So this we should be very careful. As the temperature shoots up, you have to do this first aid in the school, in the office room, in the presence of your head. Whatever happens, teachers, you should bring it to the notice of the head, and all first aid to be done in the office room. So this is very, very, very important. And first aid saves lives also. Bringing down the temperature is very, very important. You know that you cannot allow it to shoot. Sometimes high temperature leads to fits. How do you protect it? How do you prevent it? By bringing down the temperature, by giving sponge bath, you can prevent fits. Fits can be very dangerous, right? So to prevent that fits, you have to do the first aid in your office room, where you give this sponge bath to the child. So first aid definitely saves lives, saves difficult situations, and you will definitely feel happy when you use the first aid at the right time. So role of a school and the teacher, child safety is very, very important. Child safety, role of a teacher is very, very important. Teachers kindly understand. And at that time, when the child is sick or when the child is hurt, most important thing, the comfort zone. Just like the mother, just தோல்ல போட்டுட்டு தாலாட்டு கூட பாடலாம். அந்த அளவுக்கு அந்த comfort zone will definitely help them in feeling that pain. அது வராது. They will not feel it because you are giving them the comfort zone on your shoulders. And you have to keep the child very secure. Give him all the confidence. ஒண்ணும் இல்ல கண்ணா, நீ உழுந்த இல்ல பாரு, இனிமே நீ ரொம்ப ஸ்ட்ராங் ஆக போற. ஆண்டி எவ்வளவு தடவை உழுந்தாங்க தெரியுமா சின்ன வயசுல? அப்படி சொல்லணும், தானா வரணும். And as you say that, the pain what the child is going, that it will just come down. Whatever the pain he is going through, it will come down. So as I told you, the child safety, I started with good touch, bad touch, importance, not talking to strangers, and reach out to the parents wherever they are. Do not leave the parents' hands as they walk in the mall or theater or zoo or wherever. And teachers, all teachers should have good knowledge on first aid. Just a few tips on first aid, that's enough. And every issue should be brought to the office, and the first aid should be given only in the office, not in your own classrooms. Yes, so you must handle emergencies without any panic. Without any panic, you should handle emergencies. Very, very important. You panic, the child will panic. And one important thing, do not allow people to crowd the child when he is unwell or when he falls down. He needs air, isn't it? Do not allow. So when people just surround the child, the panic becomes more. And the child starts feeling scared and very, very insecure. And that might lead to many other issues. So see to it, you work at it appropriately. Yes, teachers. So today's topic, social development, cognitive development, safety, and first aid. I've covered all these topics. Hope you have learned something from what I have told.